Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Ashar Kadash Yarak. Happy New Moon. Okay, we're gonna. I'm Brother Yardan. I have Arwan Mayakaya, Captain Mayakaya, with me. We're gonna give a few moments for everybody to start to trickle into the class. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Shalom Kasadia, Shalom Adawan Kanal, Shalom Tribe of Issachar, Soldier Shakur, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Brakatah.
I think I seen the brother Kahari down there. The brother Kahari down there.
Okay, I see him. Shalom, Brother Kahari.
New soldier. That's a new soldier in SOT right now.
Khan, all praises. Brother. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the new soldiers in SOT.
Khan, shows that you've been diligent. A lot of people drop off because they just lack the diligence to make it through. So congratulations to you, brothers. Shalom Mariah, Shalom Jason, Soldier Sydney, Shalom. Shalom Hannah. The water for everybody dropping in on time, Shalom Kalaya.
Yardan, I still look delayed on there.
Yeah, I see a little bit of a delay. How about me? But I hear you clear.
Okay, I had the YouTube up. Hold on for a second here. Let me see. On the StreamYard, I see myself well. Hold on for a minute, brother. Okay, on my end, I look delayed.
Oh yeah, you slightly delayed, but I hear you really clear. I don't know how you looking to everybody else. Can everybody see us clearly? Is there a delay on us?
They responded.
Can everybody hear us and see us well? All right, I got a con. I'm getting cons and clears, so it looks like we're good to go.
Okay. Con.
All right, we're gonna wait. Just we got 40 in the room. We're just gonna wait just a tad bit more, Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
and then we'll go and get started.
Hey, share the class on your social media sites there, Israel. And let's get Israel in this thing so we can, rehearse the righteous acts together.
That's right. That's right. And go ahead and hit the like button so YouTube can send it out to everybody.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, Dre saying it's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, Con, I can see it.
Kind of like he said, he hears clear. So hopefully that'll clear up.
Con.
Yeah, Brother Jeremiah says the Most High Power is at work in the Caribbean.
God.
Volcanoes erupting.
That's right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We don't know when our Savior is gonna come crack that sky and come down. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta all of us, including myself, we got to make sure that we get ourselves straight. We got to get ourselves ready. And like I don't want to just say, we make sure we're rehearsing these laws, statutes, and commandments and righteous acts.
Right. You know, we were talking about it earlier on the call, man. You know, hey, you know, with the volcano erupting, you know, that's prophecy. You know, and you're also seeing a slew of other prophecy take place to include this fake Messiah who surfaced over in the land of Israel, and they're literally exalting this guy, okay, as their Messiah. You know, the times are coming. You know, the times are coming. They're coming to pass, and we got to be ready. You know, we got to be ready. We got to put on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, okay, because the wiles of Satan are surfacing, okay, and they're definitely prevalent.
Khan, that's right. Khan. So we got 41 people in the chat now. We're a little over 6 minutes, so we'll go ahead and get started, Israel. You know, Brother Awar Shaw asked what's the name of the second month, and we're going to get into that along with a couple of other things. Yeah, this brother ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
He hungry for knowledge.
Yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're supposed to be. Yeah, so we're definitely going to go into that. But first and foremost, you know, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? I'm Brother Yardan for the Sons of Thunder. I'm here with Adawan Mayakaya. He's going to help me bring the lesson forth. You know, we're celebrating the new moon tonight. So Ashar Kadash Yarak, happy new moon. And we're going to go into a few things. We're going to go into what is the new moon. We're going to go into when we keep the new moon. We're going to go into why we keep the new moon. And we're also going to go into a few facts that pertain to the second month. You know, so make sure you're being studious and that you're not just watching this for entertainment. Make sure that you have your Bible and your apocrypha. Make sure that you have your pen and your pad, you know, and you're just being sincere with this knowledge. Khan? So you have anything you want to throw in there before we get started, Adawan?
La'a.
Okay, Khan. So we'll go ahead and jump into it real quick. So the first scripture we're going to pull is 1 Kings 6:1.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 6, starting at verse 1. And it came to pass in the 418th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the 2nd month, Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of Yahweh.
Khan. So right here, there's a lot of information. It speaks about the beginning of the reign of King Solomon, which is very important, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. But for right now, the information that I want to make sure that y'all understand is the month that we're in, the 2nd month. And the scriptures are saying it's the month of Ziph, you know what I mean? But in the Paleo Hebrew, we pronounce it as Zal, you know?
Right.
So Zal, the 2nd month, which is this, that he began to build the house of the Lord. And we're going to go into that a little bit later, more in detail. You know, but for right now, just keep that fact in mind. Write that down. The month of Zal, 2nd month. All right. So we're going to go into. Go ahead, Adawan.
You're going to go into what the name means.
You can go ahead and bring that out.
All right. So the zif, okay, and zah, okay, what it means in the Paleo Hebrew is brightness. It means brightness, a glow. Okay, brightness, a glow. That's what the zah, zif means in the Paleo Hebrew. Hey, go ahead.
Okay, kind of the water. Um, so we're gonna go to Psalms 81 and 1. You know, this is nothing new. We celebrate the new moon every month, so of course you're gonna see the same precepts coming forth. Uh, but just because we do it every month doesn't make it any less important. You know what I mean? Just like the
That's
Shabbat
right.
is important, you know, the new moons are important. So 81, you can start at verse 1 out of 1.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81, starting at verse 1. Sing aloud unto God, our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob.
Kind. So we see that, you know, the Israelites were singing aloud, you know what I'm saying, with strength. They were praising the Most High with strength on these types of days, you know. And it's not just it mentions a joyful noise. So they weren't just going through the motions just to do it. It's the new moon. Let's get this over with, you know what I mean. So we can buy and sell. You know what I mean. They were being
Right?
joyful. And they were actually indulging in the Most High's glory, because that's what this is. That's what it's a holy day. You know, it's separated from other days. You know what I mean. Continue reading that one.
Verse 2. Take a song and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery.
So, you know, they were making music. You know what I mean? They had their different instruments, they had their timbrels, they had their harp. You know what I'm saying? They had the psalms to go along with it. You know, and I bet the music was glorious. You know what I mean?
Right.
I bet it's just unbelievable. There's no telling how they was hitting them things. You know?
That's right. Hip hop ain't got nothing on the sounds of the Most High.
Nothing. And
Right.
I'll be wondering what type of dances they was doing too, because you know Israel was
Right.
dancing. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. That's right.
Uh, but let's continue on with verse 3.
Verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed, on our solemn feast day.
So, you know, it's a solemn feast day, you know, and when you blow the trumpet for a variety of reasons, but it's really to make an announcement. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, you're announcing that hey, the new moon is here. You know what I mean? But you can also blow the
Right.
trumpet to get ready for war. You know what I'm saying? You can blow the trumpet as the first warning signs and things of that nature as well. You know,
Right.
uh, go ahead with verse 4 out of 1.
Verse 4. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob.
So you know we celebrate this these new moons, and they're definitely enjoyable, and you should be enjoying them. You know what I'm saying? The Most High set it aside so that you can enjoy it, but at the same time, it's not a game. It is law for us to celebrate these days. It's a statute and a law. You know, so even if you're not up for it, you know what I'm saying, you might have had a rough week, a rough month, you know what I'm saying? The new moon isn't the time to dwell on that, it's to celebrate. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's no particular type of feast that you're supposed to have on the new moon. Uh, you know, so but I recommend that you get something a little better than you would usually get. Like even if you can't afford something expensive or excessive, you know what I mean, get you a steak that you would normally get and marinate it for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Do a little extra for yourself. You know what I mean?
That's right. Hey, Shalak. Hey, Shalakia.
Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, what our people need to do is they need to think about how big they used to do it for Thanksgiving. Our people need to think about how big they
Nice.
used to do it for so-called Christmas. Our people need to think about how big they used to do it for these so-called birthdays and for New Year's Eve, okay? And then give the same kind of effort that they gave for these pagan holidays for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, and we got to give the Most High everything that He's worthy of, and we're falling short of that thing now.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, Jake cooking for Thanksgiving for like 3 days, waiting for
Right.
Thanksgiving to come. You know what I'm saying? The kitchen hot, the whole house hot for 3 days straight. You know what I'm saying?
Spending a whole
And
day.
Con. So you know we can do the same thing in righteousness. You know what I mean? We got a feast day. Is the new moon. We go all out if you're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not, you know what I'm saying, you can do a little something extra special for yourself. You know what I mean?
That's right, bro.
It's a time for you to be happy and to be married. You know, and it's a law for you to celebrate it. It's a statute for you to celebrate it. Con. So we went into the name of the new moon. We went into why we're celebrating the new moon, and we're going to go into when SOT celebrates the new moon, right? So we're going to go ahead and turn to the book of Sirach, chapter 43. Chapter 43, and we're going to start at verse 6.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, starting at verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
All right, so the moon has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's beautiful to look at. You know what I mean? The heavens are glorious. You know what I mean? Yahweh created them to be excellent, but they also serve a purpose. And the moon can declare the times. One of the things that we use, and so does the sun. You know, we use the sun. You know, on Friday, even when the sun goes down, we use that to determine. Okay, here's the Shabbat. You know what I mean? So we use the moon in a similar fashion. You know, we use the phases of the moon to determine where we are in the month, right? So keep reading that one.
Verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. So
the moon is the sign of a feast. You know what I'm saying? We all know that the moon is one of the great, the light to rule the night. You know what I'm saying? The sun is the light to rule the day. The moon is the light to rule the night. But right here it says it decreases in her perfection. You know what I mean? Every camp, not every camp, but you know, there's multiple brothers that celebrate the new moon in different ways. And we celebrate the dark moon. And we use these scriptures as our reasoning to why we celebrate the dark moon.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing.
We'll stop right there. So right there it shows you that every month has its name. You know, the first month was a Bib. You know, the second month is Zah. You know what I mean? And every month has its name. And also, also it says increasing wonderfully in her changing, right? So that's a key scripture for us and why we celebrate why we celebrate the dark moon, because it starts off as we call it a dark moon because it starts off as the moon isn't really visible, you know, and it increases throughout the days, and in the middle of the month will be the moon will be full, you know, and then it'll start to decrease from its perfection, you know, to where the month will become dark again. And that's when month is completely dark. That's when we celebrate our new moons.
That's right. That's right. And the moon and month, I literally have the same name. In the Hebrew.
Khan, that's right. Khan.
Sister Kalaya, the water sister Kalaya, for your generous donation.
The water sister, we really appreciate it. You know, and make sure you come feast with us. Um, all right, so uh, more about how different brothers celebrate. And we're gonna go ahead and go to Colossians 2:16 out of one. But
Con.
because we all, what I'm saying, even though all Israel, what I'm saying, we should be working to get closer to the Most High. What I mean, that's the goal, to gather ourselves together. Not all of us see things the same, and that's not necessarily a bad, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. What I mean, as long as you're doing it in sincerity and truth, that's the key. What I mean, we're supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts. So there might be certain brothers that do things slightly different, but as long as you're sincere, I believe that's what the Most High is looking for. You're putting
Right.
forth your full effort. All right, so if you can go ahead and read that, Adawan.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat, or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Shabbat days.
Con. So you're not. A brother keeps the new moon or the Shabbat different from you. That's not your opportunity to be like, hey, you wicked op. Because we keep the new moon like this and you keep the new moon like that. Don't do that to your brother. Don't do that to Israel in general, because we have more similarities than differences. You know what I'm saying? So respect that brother. What I mean, and don't judge that brother. Don't let that brother judge you according to how you're keeping the righteous acts, especially if you're doing it in sincerity and truth, and you have reasoning behind why and when you're doing it. If you're just doing it for the sake of it, then you off whether it's right or wrong. But if you have purpose behind it, that's when you're sincere about it. You studied about it. You're not just doing it to do it. Con?
That's right. Right.
Con. So I believe the Most High. I believe the Most High. He'll meet us halfway. You know what I mean? He showed us grace and mercy. And a lot of times when we think of grace and mercy, we automatically jump to like Yahushua, but grace and mercy has always been shown by the Most High from the Book of Genesis onward. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that just a little bit. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go to the Book of Ezra, chapter 9, and we're going to read verse 7.
You said Ezra 9 and 7?
Con. Ezra 9 and verse 7.
All right. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 7. Since the days of our fathers have been in a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the swords, to the captivity, and to the spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day.
Con. So right here we see that Israel, even in the past, when they were closer to the truth, you know what I'm saying, they could recognize their fathers. You know what I mean? They knew the history. It was passed down to them orally. They grew up like this. But even in those days, you know what I mean? Even in those days, Israel didn't always get it right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So who are we to say, like hundreds, thousands of years later, that hey, I'm definitely doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way that you do that the way you celebrate it is right. Like we can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept.
Bring it out, Adawan.
Because what the brother is saying is true. I remember last week I was on Facebook and I saw a post from a sister. She was talking to a sister had put something about the Passover. She didn't celebrate the Passover in March. She's celebrating the Passover in April. So another sister posted. She said, "Girl, the Passover done doggone came and gone. Where was you at?" And that's the wrong answer. Okay, her head may be following a different understanding. Okay, or it's like the brother Yaradan said, they may have a reason, okay, to celebrate in April. There's many people in Israel who celebrate it on different days, but Isaiah 52:8, okay, explains why this is going on. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice, with the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh shall bring again Zion. So, hey, look, none of us are going to get it right, okay? Because we're not, we don't have Yahweh's mind, okay? We're not walking
That's right.
perfect like Yahweh's God. We're still in mortal flesh, all right? But we're trying to rehearse the righteous acts, okay? We're trying to please Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, okay? That's what we're trying to do. We're not going to get it 100% right, okay? But we can try our best, okay, and do things to the best of our ability. Hey, go ahead, Al.
Kind the water for that, Adawan. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And and Yahweh is the greatest for giving us that grace and giving us that space and that mercy. So if you could go ahead with Ezra 9:8, verse 8.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 8. And now for a little space, grace hath been showed from the Lord our God to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage.
And that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful right there. That even in the Most High's wrath, he had our enemies come and take us, and we deserved it. We were being wicked. You know what I mean? So he's not unrighteous for doing that. But we had our enemies come and take us out of our land. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much destroy us. But not all of us. The Most High gave us grace. You know what I mean? And he allowed some of us to escape for the purpose of us to open our eyes and realize the things that we've done and why we're in this situation and to get better. You know what I mean? So, and that's what grace is about. Grace isn't about, like, some Christians take grace and like, hey, I have grace, I can do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? But the grace period is the time for you to get it right. And as it says in the scriptures, it says, and now for a little space, grace have been shown. So you have a little time for grace. You know, it doesn't say forever you have grace, because hey, one day the judgment is going to come and you're going to be deemed worthy or not worthy according to the Most High. You know what I mean? And according to your sincerity, you know what I mean, and your acts. Like and Adawan Ma'akiah was talking about earlier, like you can't just be a hearer. You gotta really live this life. You know what I'm saying? And not only do you gotta live life, you gotta endure. You know, so that's why we have grace, so you can get that right.
That's right.
And we're gonna switch gears just a tad bit, because we're gonna kind of speak on what Adawan Ma'akiah was bringing out a little earlier about the Passover. Remember, we're in the second month, right? So let's go to Numbers 9:1. Book of Numbers 9:1.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 9 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year, after they came out of the land of Egypt, saying, let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at its appointed season.
So we know that the Passover is kept in the first month. It's a law to keep the Passover in its first month, right? It's the beginning of our year. Abib is the beginning of our year. Besides the new moon, the Passover is our first holy day. You know what I mean? And it has its appointed season. But keep in mind that grace. And you're going to keep reading down, Adawan.
God, in the 14th day of this month at even, Ye shall keep it in its appointed season, according to all of the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moses spake unto Salakia.
So right there is. This is why you really can't be too picky, because it doesn't even give you a particular time. It says in its correct season. You know what I mean? So if you're slightly off, or another brother is slightly off, you're still in the correct season. You know what I mean? As long as you're not having Passover and like in the winter, it doesn't belong there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way Esau does his calendar. He celebrates, spring when everything is still dead. You know what I mean? We celebrate the beginning of the year when it's starting to come forth, right? But of course, this is what we did last month. This is, of course, in the first month, them keeping the Passover. But continue reading out of 1.
Verse 4. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel.
So right there again, it's a commandment. It's a commandment that the Most High gave unto Moses to keep the Passover in the first month on the 14th day, right? Continue on out of 1.
Verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover that day. And they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day.
So here we go. Salakia. So here we go. Here's a scenario. The Most High gave a commandment to keep the Passover on in the first month on the 14th day. And we have men that came up to Moses and was like, we're defiled, we're unclean. So what are we supposed to do? We can't bring our uncleanness to the whole congregation where they're trying to when we're trying to give our offering to the Most High. You know what I mean? So what are we supposed to do? Keep reading out of 1.
This is verse 7. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man, whereof we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel. And Moses said unto
you can keep going out of 1.
God. And Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you.
So there's 2 important pieces in those sections, right? One of the important pieces is, these brothers wasn't just like, we missed the Passover, so what? You know what I mean? These brothers wanted to keep the Passover. They was like, Moses, we didn't keep it. Like,
God,
what should we do? You know what I'm saying? I want to keep the Passover. It's a problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have a lot of brothers like, hey, we don't need to celebrate those feast days. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to do that. But you should want to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're the Most High's feast days. And the second piece in that is Moses didn't give, you know what I mean? Well, he's like, well, I think you should do this. You know what I mean? Moses went to the Most High, and confided in the Most High on what should be done. It says in verse 9, and the Lord spake unto Moses, in verse 8, it says, and Moses said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just give his opinion, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we're not in the position of Moses where we can be like, well, Yahweh, what do I do about this? Like, the Most High ain't dealing with us on the level that he was dealing with Moses. Right. So the closest thing that we got is these law, statutes, and commandments, because we know that they're from him. You know what I mean? So when we have issues, like for example, you couldn't celebrate the Passover. This is what you go to, right? And there's always a middleman in between us and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We're not worthy to go directly to the Most High. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to like, hey, Yahweh, I need this or need that. I might say the wrong things and he might put me to death. You know what I mean?
That's right, brother.
So it's actually a good thing to have Yahushua or to have Moses, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, he didn't, this is what he really wanted. You know what I'm saying? And the Spirit does that as well when you pray, you know.
That's right.
Um, but you can go ahead and continue on, I don't want.
Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the second month at even, they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs.
Con. So the Most High said, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give them grace. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give them a bigger window for them to celebrate the Passover, and they're gonna do it in the second month on the 14th
That's
day
right.
instead of the first month on the 14th day. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High has always had that grace. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, some of us, you know, in Israel, you know what I mean, we are the way we let our flesh take over, and we make the wrong decisions. But you know, it's great that the Most High has given us this the grace for when we're sincere, we can actually do our best to get it right. And that's what these brothers wanted. They just wanted to keep the Most High's Passover. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, brother.
The Most High granted them that. You know what I mean? So and that's mercy. That's mercy. Um, uh, so on that same token, we're going to talk a little bit about. We're going to go into the book of Genesis a little bit, and we're going to start at Genesis 7 and 11, and we're still talking about the seventh month, or with the second month. We're still talking about the second month, and we're still talking about the Most High's mercy as well.
God. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7, starting at verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 70th day of the month, Shalakia, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened.
Con, continue on.
God. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
All right. So on the second day, on the second month, which is all, on the 17th day, the Most High, you know, he started the flood, and he made it rain for 40 days and for 40 nights, right? And of course, hey, 40 days and 40 nights is a long time. But even in modern times, you know, it's rained for longer than 40 days and 40 nights. So according to Ezra, you know, the world is a perfect work. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High has things set up like, you know, just the system is just, there's no flaw in it. You know what I mean? We're here on this earth, and really there's plenty of food for everybody. There's plenty of air for everybody. You know, the resources are abundant, but of course, you know, the people in power, they hoard these things. You know what I mean? But the way that the Most High created is, hey, and you know, when we're in power, we're gonna rule in righteousness. But the flood reminds me of a parable that I want to go into that was given into, and we're gonna go back here, but we're gonna jump for a second, and we're gonna go to second Esdras. We're gonna go to second Esdras, and we're gonna go to chapter 4, and we're gonna start at verse 11, I believe.
God. This is the book of second Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 11. How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest? And the word being out.
I'll keep going, I don't want.
and the world being now outwardly corrupted, to understand the corruption that is evident in my sight.
Con. So just to backtrack a tad bit before we really go into this parable, Ezra is, his spirit is extremely vexed in this point in time when you get into this chapter. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is dealing with him on a level that, he's not really dealing with us today. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is sending an angel to answer these brothers, to kind of comfort this brother and to kind of, to show the brother where his place is, right? So that's just backtracking a little bit what's going on right here. All right, but continue on, Adawan.
God, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 12. Then said I unto him, it were better that we were not at all, than that we should live still in wickedness, and to suffer, and not to know wherefore.
So we were talking about the Most High's grace earlier, and we were talking about being in captivity. You know what I mean? And Ezra he's thinking like, man, well, hey, we getting hit. We getting hit with these curses. We getting hit with this captivity. It almost feels like it would be better if we never lived at all, instead of enduring these things that we got to endure. His spirit was extremely vexed, and I know a lot of us feel that way today. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, why we got to go through this? I don't understand what's going on with this. You know what I mean? Why? And he says later on, like, well, why are the heathen ruling over us? And I'm paraphrasing, right? But continue on, Adawan.
Verse 13. He answered me and said, I went into a forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel and said, come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more woods.
So, again, first and foremost, you got to understand that this is a parable. And this isn't something that actually happened. But, it was what the angel was saying. In the parable, the purpose of a parable is to get you to really think about something. And instead of just giving you an answer, you give somebody a parable so they can come to the answer themselves. That's the purpose of a parable. And it's kind of like with understanding a parable, it's like you gain that experience without actually going through it, because you meditate on it, you put a certain amount of thought into it. It's not like someone's just saying A plus B equals C. You know what I'm saying? You actually go through the process yourself, right? But the woods is saying to the floods, you know what I'm saying? Let's overtake it. All right, keep going, Adawan.
Verse 15. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there also we may make us another country.
The Wada Takia Robinson for the donation. We really appreciate that, sister. And I'm glad I'm able to provide some edification for you. I'm glad the Most High is able to do that. All right. So could you read them? Salakia Adawan, could you read that one more time?
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 15. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there also we may make us another country.
So the seas were saying the same thing as the woods, like, hey, let's overtake the land, and let's spread, let our domain increase, right? Continue on, Adawan.
Verse 16. The thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it.
So the thoughts of the wood was in vain. It wasn't able to accomplish what it wanted to accomplish. The fires came and consumed it. Think of like a forest fire. You know what I'm saying? the purpose of a forest fire is to kind of make way for new life and new grounds, so to speak. All right, keep going,
Right.
Adawan.
Verse 17. The thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped them.
And then the sea isn't able to prevail either. You know what I'm saying? It's just not enough of it for it to overtake the land. You know what I'm saying? The sands was like a barrier and it couldn't go past it. Keep going, Adawan.
If thou wert judge, now betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify, or whom wouldest thou condemn?
So the angels asking Ezra, okay, so hey, you know everything. What would you judge between these two? Who should prevail? Would you let the woods prevail, or would you let the sea prevail? Judge between the two. Continue on.
Verse 19. And I answered and said, Verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea also have his place to bear his floods.
Because Ezra understands that the world is a perfect work. He knows that the Most High did not make any flaws in His creation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His excellency is unspotted. You know what I mean? His art is wonderful. You know what I mean? So Ezra understands that, like, hey, the water needs to stay where it's at because the Most High put it in that spot. The woods need to stay where it's at because the Most High put it in that spot. You know what I'm saying? The Most High likes a balanced scale, and that's what we have. That's what we have, a balanced scale. The world is full of balance. You know what I'm saying? Any minute change, like even if you believe in global warming, we're not really going to talk about that. But if you believe in global warming, a small change in temperature can throw the whole system out of whack. That's how perfect Yahweh creation is, right? So continue on, Adawan.
Verse 20. Then answered he me and said, Thou hast given a right shalakia, thou hast given a right judgment. But why judgest thou not thyself also?
So hey, he really, you know what I'm saying? He really dropping the boulder on Ezra right now. So because he's saying, hey, you a smart brother, you know what I'm saying? You give righteous judgment. Everything should stay in its place. So why aren't you staying in your place? Why are you asking all these questions? You know what I mean? Keep going, Adawan.
Right. Verse 21. For like as the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth. And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above the height of the heavens.
So, going back to Genesis, it says it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And, that's what the scriptures say. But I'm not going to act like I understand exactly, what made it flood the way that it did. But I just think of the Most High's perfect work. Like, even if you just think of the ocean, right? So the ocean, rivers flow, from the ocean, rivers flow out. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we get our rivers from. But at the same time, from the ocean, rivers flow in. You know what I mean? So it's just a perfect system, and I don't understand exactly how it works. You know what I'm saying? But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. So the Most High in His anger and His wrath, going back to Genesis, the Most High in His anger and in His wrath, He decided that He wanted to flood the world. So He made a change and made it difficult for us to live. He made it difficult, but He still provided mercy, right? So let's go back to Genesis 7:12.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7 and verse 12, and it reads, And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Con. Keep going.
In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth and the sons of Noah and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They
Con.
and
So,
every Salakia.
Con. So, right there is his mercy. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of situations where the Most High could have like, you know what, y'all wicked. I'm just done with you. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High didn't do that. The Most High found Noah acceptable. You know what I'm saying? And he said,
Right.
hey, I'm gonna start over with you, Noah. I'm gonna start over with you and with your sons. You know what I'm saying? And we come from that. We come from the line of Shem. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the Most High definitely showed us mercy in that. And he shows us mercy time after time. You know what I mean? Because with Israel, it's a cycle. We keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Everything's good. We get bored or something goes wrong. We get a wicked king. We start to go off. The Most High punish us. He puts us in captivity. We say, we're sorry, Yahweh. We're going to get it right. He gives us another chance. We start worshiping him the way that we're supposed to. Something goes wrong. We start being wicked again. And the cycle
That's right.
continues over and over again. We're back in captivity, and it's continuous. You know what I'm saying? And for us to try to end that cycle, that's what we're trying to do now. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get to the point where the Most High writes the laws into our hearts. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take us effort to get there. It's going to take us rehearsing the righteous acts. It's going to take us, being sincere about these law, statutes, and commandments, being sincere about these feast days. You know what I'm saying? And the world makes that difficult. The world makes that extremely difficult, but we have to continue to endure. Con?
That's right.
Con. So we're going to jump a little bit, and we're going to go to chapter 8 and verse 3, still talking about the flood.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 8 and verse 3. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
Con. So it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, but the water didn't go anywhere after that 40th night. You know what I'm saying? For 150 days, the waters was still at its peak. And then after that 150 days, the water started to decline a little bit, right? So now we're going to jump to verse 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 8 and verse 14. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dry.
Con. So, the Most High for a little over, a tad bit over a year, you know what I'm saying? 3 days over a year, the Most High had the earth where it slowly dissipated the water, after the 40 days and 40 nights. And on the 2nd month of the 20th day, it was pretty much back to normal. It was dried at that time, right? So the Most High didn't even have to do that. Like he could have, kept things the way that they were and made us swim everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
we gotta save the water all the time for like just the minute things that we have in this life. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're in captivity, even though we're supposed to be on top of things, you know what I'm saying? We still have so much that we should be appreciating. You know what I mean?
Hey, Shalakia, I mean, Jake just don't get it, man. We got our health. The majority of us wake up every day in good health. You still got 2 arms, you still got 2 legs, you're still able to breathe the air that the Most High provided you. All right, the Most High didn't have to give you that thing. He did not have to give you that. Some people wake up, they're blind, okay? Some people wake up, with their handicap or whatever the case may be. All right, the Most High can put you in that type of state whenever He gets ready. Just like the brother just said, the Most High didn't have to give us dry land. All right, He could have made them doggone, just sat on the water. Okay? Deal with that.
Kind.
You know, but he gave them dry land. The Most High ain't got to give us nothing. We
That's
continue.
right.
This is a never ending cycle. Even right now in America, if our people would just take the time to read this book, the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament, the whole roll, if they would take the time to read this book, they would understand the state that we're in right now. Okay? We're literally under the feet of our enemies. Okay, still in captivity. All right, still to this day. And we're going through it. We sitting up here watching a court trial. Okay, it's taking the place of daytime TV. Okay, and the court trial is about a damn cracker with his knee on a brother's neck, cutting off his doggone air, and they're trying to figure out whether or not that's the cause of death, brother, or whether or not his internal illness, his illnesses that he had, okay, prior to that, or drugs that he might have taken, you know, it don't matter. Even if the drugs that was in his system or the illnesses that he had, okay, prior to that, you know, even if that was the case, you know, the knee on the neck is what triggered it. The knee on the neck is what triggered. I'm going on mute, Op.
Okay, Con. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a similar situation that Moses seen with the Egyptian. You know what I mean? But it was different because Moses judged that Egyptian right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? To put him to death and buried him in the sand. But we have to endure. You know what I'm saying? These clown trials and things like that, where it's obvious that the man was guilty. He was disturbing the man's circulation. He was kneeing on his neck, right? So you know, but you know, we're not in control of this thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So all we can do is throw our prayers up to the Most High and ask for Him to judge the heathens according to His judgment. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really want, and that's what we're really waiting for. All right. So we're gonna recap a little bit what we went over just moments ago. So these are the things that you should have some understanding for, right? We explained what is the new moon. We showed you that it's a law and it's a statute and it's a holy day. We explain when to keep the new moon. When SOT keeps the new moon, we keep the new moon when it's dark, right? We explain why we keep the new moon. Again,
Right.
it's because it's a law, statutes, and commandment. And then we gave a couple of things pertaining to the second month, you know, and of course the name of the second month, right? So if anybody has any questions, we'll go ahead and open the floor for that. If you don't understand any of the things that I just mentioned, we can hopefully try to give you the edification for it.
Israel act like they got it figured out there.
Hey, ain't no way you got it figured out. If a brother had it figured out, we wouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
We be celebrating with your house shop right now.
That's right. It's either that or you edify them there. You edify them.
All praises. I pray that's the case. But
that's right, brother.
Kazak says there's no right judgment in this wicked land.
Our brother Yaradan, he's not physically, you know, at our location anymore. I don't want to, you know, give his location, but we don't get to see the brother, you know, as much, and we miss this brother. This brother's a mighty brother. Okay, he's always doing the work. Okay, and he's an inspiration. Okay, to our team. You know what I'm saying? So it's glad to see Yaradan resurfacing on the air. Okay, bringing out this fire lesson. Okay, we appreciate this, brother.
Yeah, SOT be working hard. You know what I'm saying? Uh, there's no better camp. There's no in my eyes. SOT is the only camp to be in. You know what I'm saying? Because the brothers is sincere. You know what I'm saying? We're not high and mighty. And we legitimately want to help everybody. It's part of our model. You know what I'm saying? So we want all of Israel to be saved, and we're trying to do the work to get it done. So I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you, Adawan, for jumping on here. You know what I'm saying, and I appreciate all the brothers that make this thing run.
I am the bar. All praises to the Most High.
All praises. Yeah, it don't look like
Hey, the brother, SOT Soldier Sydney, Ban Yasharala. We're actually putting that thing together. Hey, the brother Yaikwab, he sent us a bit of literature that gives us that understanding, and we'll be pushing that out to you all. That understanding of all the 12 months, we'll be pushing that out to the Sons of Thunder soldiers real soon. Hey, also, if I can make a little bit of an announcement. A lot of our people that follow Sons of Thunder, they want our calendar. Okay, we send them our calendar, and sometimes it doesn't work for us. The Google Calendar. So what we're in the process of doing right now is we're going to put together a flyer that's going to appear on all of our YouTube and Facebook platforms. Okay, and it's going to have all of our feast days, to include the new moons. Okay, and the Sabbath days, okay? All right, and especially the major ones, so that you can know and you can be kept in the loop when we're going to hold those things. That way you don't have to worry about, signing into this calendar and whether or not it works or not. So that's coming this week, okay? This week, I'm going to link up with the brother Shaquat. He's going to make it pretty for us, and we're going to start posting that thing this week. Y'all hold me to that. Go ahead, Op.
Con. All right. So, hey, any more questions?
Hey, the sister said, can you spell the name Zawh? Can you spell Zawh? I want to say it's Zawh. Hey, am I correct on that there, Zawh?
Well, you can spell it like that. You know what I mean? Because all we're doing is we're trying to use English letters. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the real way to spell it is in the Paleo Hebrew. So you can go to HebrewOldTestament.com. You can put in the scripture. You can put in 1 Kings 6:1, and it has the characters for you to spell it out. But all we can really do is in the English is spell it like how it sounds, So like Zawh, like a ZAH or maybe a ZAW, you know what I mean? But that's just how we would pronounce it, But you can't really say it's correct spelling either way.
That's right.
Okay, 52. As much as scoffers trying to learn.
So we got some scoffers out.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments. It says 73 people watching, 52 likes. Yes, yeah. If you didn't like the video, you're a scoffer. That's what the brother is saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like
so don't.
Like the video. Hey, our people got that slothful spirit too. Jake. Hey, Jake, like the video, okay?
Yeah.
So the rest of Israel can spot. Take your finger, all right, lift it up, and press the like button, okay? Stop being that way. All right, stop being that way. Jake,
Con. Oh, we got a message from the Battle Axis. You know what I'm saying? I'm so with this truth and the family and it working hard. All praises. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers be working hard as well. You know what I'm saying? So Shalom, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Brakatah. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for joining in.
Hey, Adawan, he just asked for the link. He's supposed to be coming on now. I don't know where he's at right now, and I know he's with the elder. I don't know if did he try to chime in? Is he in the background?
Hold on, let me check. Hold on, I'll send him the link real quick.
Okay. I mean, I just sent it to him, but I don't know if it.
Okay.
Israel, y'all ain't got no questions?
Give me 1 second, Israel. I'm gonna get the elder in here. 1 second.
Hey, the brother said, "Can you buy on the new moon?" Hey, Khan, depending on what day it falls on. Okay, today it would be a what is today? Sunday, and you absolutely can buy. It is considered a shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Bahashim Yahshua Brakatham.
The elder Bakwash.
Hey, shalom. Y'all about some stuff.
Shalom, Adawan.
Watch that. They be bugging on us. You hear me?
I got to take the mask off.
We hear you, Adawan.
Look at me. All right.
They can hear you.
I can barely see you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, all right. What's going on, brothers?
Shalom. We doing well, Adawan.
Go on. You started already? You're pretty much. You started with scriptures already? You went to your scripts?
Khan, Adawan. Yeah, we
pretty
went
much
through.
exalted the lesson already, Adawan.
Go again?
But hey, feel free to give any of your input.
All right, good start. We're in a bad place, the situation right now. All right. Okay, you brothers go ahead and I'll interject.
Okay, Khan.
You bring up whatever you wish.
Oh, your brothers is done.
Khan, Adawan.
Khan.
Give me a second.
So we have elder with us, Israel. We let what I'm saying. Of course, we don't feel like we're the best brothers in the world. We're all learning. So it's a pleasure to have a leader from another camp come on and to help edify us. We can edify Israel together.
That's right.
You brothers are soldiers, so you are the best in the world, man. You're not doing what the common brothers is doing out in the world. You understand? You are in the eyes of the Most High.
God, Adawan.
Go to Ephesians, the 5th chapter, in the 1st verse. Very important. I think at this stage in the Most High's work, we got to be very careful of what we say and what we do, because there's a lot of traps out there, that's laid out to take each and every one of us out. No matter how long you've been in the Word or how much scriptures you know, it's the wisdom. Like I was explaining to a brother, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. So you can know verses and scriptures and history and Hebrew, but wisdom comes with time and experience. You understand? So to know which is knowledge is much too loud.
You good.
To know which is knowledge is a big difference from wisdom. You understand? So with wisdom, you learn from what's on the pages through experience. It's one thing to read about being angry, or if you get caught up in adultery or fornication. It's one thing to read about it, but to experience it and to come back out of it without losing faith and hope, it's a whole different level.
from man. And also how you apply the wisdom.
Right.
Is given from the word.
Right. But you have wisdom comes with experience. You have to grow. So each
knowledge is all about how you apply it. That was my whole point.
Right. But if you're a martial artist, right?
Yes.
So Mike Tyson says everybody can fight till they get punched in the face. Right? So every time you get in the ring, you get better and better and better.
Absolutely.
Your body develops. You learn how to take a hit. So most I said a righteous man falls down 7 times, but what? He gets back up. A righteous man. A righteous man. You understand? And in the book of James, it talks about the trying of your patience worketh faith. So our patience is tried every day. And a soldier, he's going to get back up and he's going to fight better after each fall. You understand? But with wisdom, when you fall, you're not going to let pride get in the way. You're going to get back up. Some people can't get back up because of pride, or they worry about what people think or who saw them when they fell. You understand? But a real soldier, a roughneck spiritual soldier, he's going to get up the right way. And he's going to fight harder. And he's going to use those experiences to help himself as well as soldiers that's following him. You understand? But somebody read what I said, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1.
You close to the camera.
Me?
Read. You close to the camera. Read.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 1. Be ye therefore followers.
No, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1.
No, you said Ephesians.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 1 Thessalonians. I'm sorry. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 1.
Bring it out. Hey, the word come out however it got to come out. Brothers in the hotel lobby, we got to do it.
That's right.
It's the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
So this is a letter to us who are in the faith. We have no need that what's being written be explained to us. We know what time it is, and we know what season it is. So it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, because we all brothers, but we all in the same fight. A lot of mistakes, like I tell the younger men, a lot of the mistakes that the younger men make is that they think that they're the only ones going through a specific problem, when it's hundreds and hundreds of brothers going through the same problems. So what happens, the devil, he uses your pride and your shame against you, and you stay bottled up, and the devil eats at your conscience, in your walk. So you got to have the skill and the mind frame to outwit the devil when he comes at you, because pride is a major tool that Satan's uses, man. Pride is a heavy instrument that's used, and it's show on, brother. And it's like like a gas you can't smell, but it's deadly. It eats away at you. You understand? And you become sensitive to everything brothers and sisters say to you in regards of what you're going through. You become very sensitive, and that takes you out after a while, because you can't function and operate as a strong soldier.
That's right.
So that the scripture says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Second verse.
Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
So we know the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night. We know, and he said, you know perfectly. You understand? So through classes, new moons, sit downs, even what you see in the streets and in your travels, you know perfectly that the Lord is gonna come like a thief in the night. So considering that, we have to be extra cautious in how we walk now, because Satan now is getting more personal. He's coming through your wives, through your parents, through sickness. You got a lot of sick brothers with ailments that's not taking care of themselves properly, and the ailment has gotten so severe that they can't really bounce back the way they need to bounce back. So Satan is getting much more personal. You understand? Because you brothers, you're getting more serious out there on the highways and byways, and you're making a dent in the opposition. So because you're making a dent in the opposition, he's going to start with your leaders. Then he's going to work his way down from your leaders. Then maybe up from the weak links, the weaker brothers. The scripture says that Satan, as a roaring lion, he goes and he hunts for those weak souls. I'm speaking verbatim.
That's right.
Understand? So the same way you see a weak animal in the herd, Satan goes after that weak animal. And that could be through your lust. It could be a drug problem. It could be pride. It could be a lot of different things. That's that weak animal. All right, bro.
How you doing, sis?
You know. So this is where, you know, you have to examine yourself whether you're in the faith. We all have to examine ourselves, and not just the younger brothers, the older brothers too, man. Me, don't think I ain't going through it. I have my demons too.
That's
you know?
right.
No man is exempt. You know. So read the second verse again.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh in the thief of the night.
Come on.
For when they shall say peace and safety,
Right.
then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Right. These are the ones that are unaware. Now the Most High flipped it. The ones who believe that safe and peace and safety is in the midst of us. Those are the ones who are gonna fall suddenly. Understand?
Right.
The devil is out here, man, and he's hungry, man. He's very hungry, and you know, I'm seeing a lot of brothers getting hit. And you know, I made a couple of videos in the past, a couple of weeks ago, and I was saying the Most High is exposing us, man. We looking at the Most High knocking down Esau, but the Most High is exposing these big major groups. He's exposing us, you know. And he said he's gonna start at this house, you know, first, and that's what's happening. And it's sad, but you know, it's part of the Most High's plan. Come on.
God, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
See, and none gonna escape. The Most High has no respect of persons, man. None. You do wrong, you get judged for the wrong you're doing. You act up, you get judged for acting up. You don't follow the rules, which is scripture, you get punished for that. Come on.
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
So he's back on us now again. He said, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness. Because we know the truth. The light is Yahweh Shai. That's the king. That's the blueprint, like I like to say. That's the blueprint. And a lot of brothers don't like the blueprint. The Old Testament brothers don't like the blueprint. The wicked brothers on Facebook don't like the blueprint. The rebellious brothers who know the truth don't like the blueprint. But we know that that's the blueprint and that's the way to go, Yahweh Shai. Anything outside of Yahweh Shai is of the devil. Yahweh Shai he's the rep of the Most High, and he's the example that the Most High used for us to follow. We used to follow mainly the Old Testament and the laws. Now we follow Yahweh Shai, and then the law is secondary. Nothing is above Yahweh Shai. We follow the law with balance and understanding. We don't brutalize and beat each other down with the laws. So you have to be very careful. If it's not of Yahweh Shai and he wouldn't do it, then you shouldn't do it. You should not do it. That's bottom line. You know, when we teach in the streets, we got to start stressing Yahweh Shai more too. Myself too. I like to rip into the white man, but I got to add the Yahweh Shai in there sometimes too. I'm looking down that way, man. You know, so you know we got to start as time go on. We got to start implementing Yahweh Shai in the teachings, in the sit downs, and in camp. You know, because that's where the power is at. And the Most High going to test us. He's going to test each and every one of us. That's what we're going through now. A lot of us are being tested as, you know, as the days go by, you know. There's a heavy spirit out here, man. A heavy demonic spirit. You see this guy, what's his name, Nas X? Yeah. And then you have Cardi B and the Stallion chick. You understand? They openly just putting that out, that satanic vibration out. And nobody's saying anything. Except who? Except who? Us. Except us. And we in the heat of the battle in the corner where they love those two people. You don't see the Muslims out there in the heat of the battle like us. You don't even see the Christians out there in the heat of the battle. They scared of COVID. You know, we out there because we know the times and seasons that we're in, like we're reading in this chapter. We know the times and seasons. You know. But like I said again, the Most High, Satan, he's gonna get a lot more personal. You know, because we're in the spirit, we're in the truth, but the game has shifted a little bit. The Most High has turned up the fire. So the same way you might have had an old PC or a laptop and you have to upgrade, we have to upgrade in scripture, we have to upgrade in understanding, we have to upgrade in balance, and we got to be hard on ourselves. Meaning, and our weaknesses, where we're weak, we got to upgrade and become stronger because things are not the same anymore. You see it. If the devil is coming straight out with Cardi B and Nas X and the Stallion chick, if they coming straight out with that, you know it's time for upgrade. It's not like it was 4 or 5 years ago. It's different. And you're going to see that in other brothers. You're going to see brothers change. Brothers who may even be close to you. You're going to see them change, because when the Most High turns up the flame and the fire, some brothers can't take it. So your right-hand man or your left-hand man, that fire might be too hot for him. So he going to have to jump out. Whereas you're going to stay in the flame because you've been studying, you've been grilling yourself, where the man or woman next to you didn't. And you're going to look at them like, you're going to be shocked. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? Because they haven't applied an upgrade in spirit. They haven't changed. Everybody has to reinvent themselves in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai at some point. Everybody you have to reinvent yourself, a stronger soldier. What you wear, what you do, what you speak, you have to reinvent yourself. You understand?
I got a precept.
Yeah, brother. You could have put anytime you want to bring it up, bring it up.
Hey, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
That's right. 10 times more, brother. You understand? Read the 25th verse.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God.
Read that again. Read that again. Read that again.
My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God.
Suffer patiently. Get James 1, verse 1. Suffer patiently the wrath that's come upon you from the Most High. So we have to accept the fact that it's coming from the Most High. You understand? And if it's from the Most High, if the Most High gave it to you, he can take it away from you if you do right. You got to accept that fact. When it said suffer patiently, to be patient when you're in hell or something bad happens to you, that requires a lot of faith. A lot of faith. You understand? That's the test of your faith right there. Because if you're patient, you're going to come out of not being able to make ends meet and pay the bills. If you're patient, you're going to get better if you're sick. If you're patient, you know that whatever you're going through with it, if it's a family matter, you're going to come out of it eventually. So suffer patiently the wrath that's come onto you from the Most High. Hold on 1 second. You want to say something?
No, I'm into the lesson.
James 1, verse 1.
I'm enjoying.
Go down to 2.
Okay.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord, Hamashiach Yahushua, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
Right. So we got, like, when I read this chapter, this is one of my favorite chapters when I first came into knowledge. You got to read it like the Most High is actually sending you a letter. And it's to the 12 tribes of the brothers on the highways and byways who are in the flame, who's having a hard time. You got to read it like it's an actual, like the Most High is personal with you. Like Abraham was the Most High's friend. You have to make the Most High be your friend and really get into it. Come on.
Greeting, my brethren. Count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations.
See? The Lord said, count it joy when you fall into different or diverse temptations. So, so the tempter, which is the devil, he's going to be on our ass even more as time go on, man. You're going to see a lot of strange oppositions coming your way. People are going to try to purposely make you mad and come at them in the negative, try to pull you out of character. You're going to see that a lot, especially if you have an important job in serving the Most High. You're going to see the devil come at you even harder. I've seen this. When you have a good day in camp, you ever have a good day in camp? I mean, the gang chasers coming, you shut them down. The black woman's acting up, you shut her down. The people want to learn, you put in the right scriptures. You're like a champion of the Most High. And as soon as you leave camp, you do something stupid. You get into a car accident, or you lose your wallet, or you lose the keys to the car. Something always happened to jam you up. You understand? Or something just unusual just happened in left field. And you know it's just abnormal. Like, you ever see The Matrix, and there's a scene where they're going up, like, I think towards the elevator shaft, they're going on a mission, and the main character, he sees a cat, but it repeats itself twice.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yo, that's out of character." What did a
glitch?
What's that?
A glitch?
Right, it was a glitch in the Matrix. And they said, that's unusual. You understand? So they knew right away danger was around the corner. That's how we are now. We're soldiers, and you're going to see a glitch in your wife. That's right. A glitch in the job, a glitch in just something totally out in left field. And you're going to know that that's not an ordinary situation. That's the devil. That's mad because I had a good day in camp, or I'm doing the will of the Most High. You understand?
Con.
You know, so we got to think in that capacity, man. You have to look at people not as people, but as spirits. You got to look at situations, not just common everyday situations, but as spirits, so you can navigate and go around them, or defeat them, or utilize them to build and execute on the Most High, on the Most High's plan. Because we're not in Kansas anymore, man. We in a whole different world. I try to walk like the Most High. He selected me to go out and do a mission, man. And you got to be the same way. Like somebody said, they said something about you're not special or something like that. You are special, because these niggas don't know what the hell is going on here, man. They crazy. They crazy, man. They crazy. But the Most High blessed you, not just to know the color of Christ, but future prophecy and who's who in the Bible by nationality. And what we lost, what we gonna get. The average jokers, they don't know that. You understand? But the Most High blessed us with that knowledge, to the point where when you walk past people, you see the energy that comes off you sparks a reaction in them. That's just totally out of the ordinary. And the Most High does that to let you know that this is not a cult or a lie. The Most High does that to let you know you are walking in the faith and in the right program of the Most High. You understand? Okay. Read that.
Verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
There you go. So that connects with what you was reading before. The trying of your faith, it develops and works your patience. You understand? Because we're soldiers in the Most High, we're going to be dipped in the flame, and it's going to work your patience, and you're going to come out of it stronger and stronger. When you body build, you tearing muscle, and the muscle is repairing on top of the torn muscle, and you do that over and over, and you become bigger. You in martial arts, some of them cats, they kick a tree over and over till the shin gets hard and hard and hard. You understand? We're developing in the walk and in the faith of the Most High every single day. Come on.
Verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work.
See? So let patience have her perfect work. Let it be exercised on. Come on.
That ye may be perfect.
See? That ye may be what?
Perfect.
See? Now Job, and I believe it was Moses, they were called perfect men. Not that they were perfect. It means they were upright in spirit. They were righteous men. So that's the same thing with us. We're going to be beat up, tried. We're going to be brought through the fire. And just like gold is brought through the fire to get the impurities out, all the weaknesses that are in us, it comes out. We were just watching, what's the movie we was watching? The Justice League. And one of the villains was about to kill somebody. And the weak dude said, I have a wife and kids. He said, yeah, and that's your weakness. He said something to that effect. You understand? So it's very true, man. You understand? So, you know, that fire and that trying of our faith, we can't be afraid of it. We got to go on that thing head on. You're gonna get punched in your face sometimes, and you're gonna get scared sometimes, but you can't lay down and die. You can't lay down and die. And it's an everyday battle. Come on.
Right.
And entire, wanting nothing.
See, so you're gonna go through that fire, and the Most High is gonna set you back up, and he's gonna have you entire, wanting nothing. In other words, you're gonna be totally operating off the fuel of the Most High, other than your fears, your doubts, and your own feelings as time go on, and as we get closer and closer to the kingdom of heaven. You understand? Continue. Read that Baruch 3:25 where you at, bro.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee.
Right.
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Right.
And shall tread upon.
See, so you have to believe that, and that's coming. That's coming. But right now, you know, our job is to develop our minds right now, so we can see that day. A lot of brothers, you know, they're not guaranteed to see that day. You know, a lot of brothers. I got into a big thing with a brother on the phone a while back, and you know, and I was telling him, check this out. I was telling him that if Yahushua was back on this earth right now and got with the body of the brothers a lot of brothers would reject him. They would say, that brother, he's going off, or that brother, he's trying to take over. A lot of brothers wouldn't accept him. Some brothers would. So it's going to be like that down the pipe, man. A lot of us who think we're in the faith are not actually in the faith. So a lot of us are going to reject Yahweh's spirit. It's happening right now. You understand? So, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful on your actions. I like to keep things simple, and it's brought me this far. And by keeping things simple, it'll take you a lot further down the road, man. If you're juggling too many women, too much business deals, too many cars, too much real estate, it's hard to focus on what you need to do. You understand? And that's where you lose patience. That's where the patience goes out. It goes out the door. You understand? So go back to Thessalonians. You have any questions, anything? You brothers have any questions or anything you want to bring up?
Just bringing it out, Adawan.
Okay. This is
I know how that is.
read the fourth verse. Go on.
Khan, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Right.
But ye, brethren, are not in darkness.
See, so it's back on us now. He went into the ones who they believe in this peace and safety, who are outside of us. But it says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness. Come on.
That day should overtake you as a thief.
Right. Come on.
Ye are the children of light.
See, and we are. When you're on them corners, you shedding light. And the light is Yahweh Shai, man.
Con.
You understand? You can see it. You can see it in your face. When a brother walks up in the faith, you see it in his face. And when we see each other, we look the same to each other. But people who are in the world, they see it on us. You ever been in the streets on the job and someone say, I see something different about you, or I pick up a different energy about you? We see each other the same. So we just look like, it's brother. But people in the world, they see it, man. They see it in your eyes. They see the confidence in you. They see how you rock your beard. You can have a beard a certain way, and a Muslim can have a beard a certain way, and you still look different from that Muslim brother. So they see it, man. Because we're the children of light, and we choose not to walk in the darkness. Read it again.
Verse 5. Ye are the children of light,
right,
and the children of the day.
Right.
We are not of the night,
right,
nor of darkness.
Right.
Therefore, let us not sleep.
Now let's check the sixth verse out. Now, he said we are the children of the light, but now in the 6th verse says, read it again.
Therefore, let us not sleep.
You don't want to go back to sleep. You don't want to go back the other way. As comfortable and as nice as it may feel going back the other way or going into the darkness, you don't want to go back that way. And it don't matter how long you've been in this, you get tired after a while. You get tired after a while, and Satan plays with your mind, and you can go back. Look how many brothers been in your camps and your schools and went back. Look how many brothers have been with us, just went back. And they always come back and attack us. I don't like the way you talked to me the other day. Or I don't like how you treat that brother and you treat me different. And brother, you have respect to persons. You understand? And some of it might even be true, but it's a perfect excuse to go back. The perfect excuse to go back in the world. And you're gonna get that as leaders. You're gonna get a lot of that. You're gonna get a lot of opposition that's right next door to you, meaning in your camps and your schools. But you got to recognize it as Satan, because a brother or sister that can't keep up, they try to change the program to make themselves comfortable in the program they're pushing on you. If you know what I mean by that, But read that verse again.
Verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others,
right,
but let us watch and be sober. See,
so the scripture says watch as well as pray. So you got to watch and be sober. I meditate sometimes, man. I'm at work. I can sit in a deli or a restaurant and look out the window and just watch the crazy people walk back and forth for hours, man. Because it's amazing. It's amazing how the Most High work. It's amazing. And yet the Most High said that we are a completely different animal now, man. And we can't go backwards like others do, but be the light of the world. Right. And that's what we are. Never let no one tell you differently if you're doing right. Because you got the haters that's going to want to stop you. And it's not even them, it's the devil in them. Just smile and nod your head and keep going. And avoid negative people. I can't stand brothers who are just bitter. I know a lot of brothers who are just bitter. You know, it's okay to have a bad day or a bad week. But when you bitter for years, you ain't applying the spirit of the Most High. There's something going on.
Right.
Because the Most High, he opens doors. If you bitter for years, there's something wrong. Nobody's bitter for years, man. Nobody's bitter for years and angry for years and pointing fingers for years. There's something that you're not applying in scriptures. That's one, or you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Precept. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 2.
They're in this. They're in the same book. Come on, close. Stand right here. They can hear you.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 2. Turn thee, O Yahweh, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Right. So you want to walk in the light. So you could be, like your brother brought out, so you could be illuminated. And like it tells you that in Isaiah that we're the light of the world. Even the heathen know we're right sometimes. Even the heathen say, I like what your brother is doing. I know it's the truth. Even they know it's right. You understand? So that's how, you're gonna have the doubters and gainsayers. They're gonna try to work you out of what you're in, and you can't go for that, man. You gotta avoid brothers like that, and the bitter brothers, like I was telling you before. You're gonna have a lot of bitter, angry brothers and sisters. And they're gonna blame everybody for their situation but themselves. And you don't want to be around that. You want to be around men of wisdom and who think and operate at your capacity of what you do. That's what you want to be with. You always want to surround yourself with men who think like you. There's an old saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You always want to be around people that you can feed off of constantly. And if you engage in a conversation, you want to be around someone that you get something back from that conversation. I mean, you are having a conversation, I should feel like I got something back from you in that conversation and vice versa. You should always want to be around that as much as possible. I mean, you're going to have brothers who are not as advanced or spiritual as you. That's different. But I'm saying in general, you want to get feedback. You want to get some type of energy from a brother. That's why the scripture says, forsake not the assembly. And I think it's in the book of Hebrews. It tells you that. Because we feed off each other. And all we have is each other. You know, outside of us, it's just crazy. What's that? What's that, brother?
I'm agreeing. That's right.
Right. So it's a cold world, man. It's a cold world, and it the scripture says that the love of many shall wax cold, and we seeing that, man. You know, we saw that. We were teaching that yesterday, man. It's just it just was a circus over there, man. It was just sad, just the same thing over and over, you know. And we got to fight through that. Read the 6th verse again.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others.
Right. Let us not sleep as do others. Come on.
But let us watch and be sober.
And be sober. So we got to train our minds to be sober in the spirit of Yahushua every day. Come on.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night.
Right.
And they that be drunken are drunken in the night.
Right.
But let us.
Now let us, come on.
Who are of the day.
Who are of the day, meaning of the spirit of Yahushua, who have the wisdom.
Be sober.
Be sober, meaning in the word of the Lord. Constantly we have to be sober. Go have our bad days, you understand? But don't beat yourself up. You know, the Most High, the scripture says the Most High, he's a forgiving power. And sometimes, you know, we know from scripture the Most High forgives us, but we don't forgive ourselves. Sometimes you have to learn, we have to train ourselves to forgive ourselves. Because like I said, you know, the devil is very smart, man. He'll use your pride and your guilt and your shame to push you right out the faith or jam you up, you know. You can't remember one damn scripture in camp, you know, because your mind is overworking, you know. So you got to outsmart the devil too. Come on.
Putting on the breastplate of faith.
See, putting on the breastplate of faith. Like, so that's a type of armor. So we want to armor ourselves, our breastplate with faith. Scripture says without faith it's impossible to serve the Most High. Come on.
And love.
And love. Love is the key. And love is the most difficult thing to learn in the faith. Because we come from animals in the hood. Some of us don't come from bad families. Some of us come from a grimy lifestyle. So love is the main thing and the hardest thing to master in serving the Most High. If anybody can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. You can learn Hebrew, you can learn history, you can learn breakdowns, you can learn a lot of things, but love is the hardest thing to master. You know, and it's the key thing we have to learn. It's the key thing we have to learn.
Precept.
Come on.
Ephesians 5.
Stand right here.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 2. Walk in love, as Christ also has loved us and has given himself for us as an offering and a sacrifice to God,
Right.
for a sweet smelling savor.
So love is Yahweh Shai. Love is the Most High. Love is the commandments. Love is the brotherhood. Love is marriage. Love is respect. Love is mercy. Love is everything. You know see? Love is everything, man. And the Lord said, the love of many shall wax cold. It's a cold world. You know, and the devil is the opposite of love. So, the breastplate of faith, and then the Most High mentions love. Read that verse again.
Verse 7. Slaki, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
Right.
And for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
And the hope of salvation. We have hope because we know that there's a kingdom coming from us. We know America is going to be destroyed, and we know there's a future for us. That's our hope. Otherwise, we wouldn't go back out there. We know that. We know there's hope. Years ago, I was we was at One West. A brother asked me what would I do if they kicked me out of school. I said, I don't know. I said, what would you do? He said, he'd sleep in front of the school. He would never leave. And I found that impressive. He said he would never leave. And as in those days, as oppressive and as brutalized as we were in the spirit, we didn't leave because we knew that even though something was wrong, we knew that was the truth. A lot of us knew that was the truth. And a lot of the brothers and sisters who did leave, they're just out in the world. They're just out in the world. A lot of people came down to Atlanta and just went right in the world. Strong brothers. A hell of a lot of brothers came to Atlanta. I remember when Atlanta broke open, but a lot of brothers don't bounce back too well from Atlanta, it seemed like. That's what I'm noticing. Not that I'm putting no brothers down, because you got a few brothers that's still in the faith in Atlanta, but a lot of brothers came down here and just totally turned upside down. That's okay. So you can learn a lot from watching others too, man. You can learn a hell of a lot from watching others and how they move and operate, whether it's good or bad. What you had now?
This is the Slakia. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
We can hear.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verses 15 and 16.
Read 13 first. Let me see what that says.
Okay, verse 13. So we all come in unity of the faith.
Into the unity of the faith. That's what it says. Read it again.
Okay. So we all come in the unity of the faith.
See, so we're supposed to be unified in the faith. You understand? All of us. Really, there's no such thing as this camp, that camp. Really, we should all be unified in Yahweh Shai, but it's just that so many people have so many different understandings in Yahweh Shai or the faith that, we're all divided against each other. But we're supposed to be unified in the faith. And the faith is scripture. Come on.
And of the knowledge of the Son of God.
See, so we back on Yahweh Shai, who they call Christ, in the Son of the Most High. Again, that's the main focal point. Come on.
Unto a perfect man.
Come on. See, that word perfect again. Come on.
Unto the measure of the stature of the fulfillment of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
And and you see that. You see that a lot. You know how many brothers I've seen that's tossed to and fro. I ain't seen, yeah, shalom, y'all, and you talk for a while, and he said, brother, I got some deep knowledge while I've been out here. And I said, oh yeah, here we go. What's the deep knowledge? How shy is in Buckhead, and it's just some crazy stuff, or the law change or something. I'm like, what? And then, brother, you ain't know that. And so, and then he leaves, and you see him again, and then he's a Muslim, and you see him again, and he don't believe in nothing. And then you see him again, and the demons get even much heavier on us. Now we're a cult, and we're teaching lies, and we should be talking about the. We shouldn't be talking about the white. We shouldn't be talking about the white man like that. So everything just changes after a while. So everything just changes. You get the hell away from that, brother. You get the hell away from that, brother. And then you got to be careful because some brothers are experts in deceiving. Like the brother, I came into the truth. I came in the truth through the Sons of Thunder, and it's bug because now I'm teaching with the new Sons of Thunder, but the brother who ran that camp, that was my favorite teacher, but he's sharp into deceiving now. He'll deceive you. He'll come at you like, oh man, y'all still following that Mosaic law. That's that Mosaic law. So you got expert swordsmen as being demons to pull you out the faith. You understand? And it's scary because you've seen these brothers in action and they're totally in the faith, and they the way they teach is like experts. But now they damn Judaic Christians. It's shocking to see these brothers, and it's sad at the same time. But read that part again.
Toss, that we had henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro,
right,
and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
See that? And the wind blows in different directions. You understand? But we as the children of light, like we read in the beginning of the chapter, that's not us. But you got brothers who get caught up and they move and waver like the wind. And it's sad. It's sad, but I avoid them brothers. I might talk and try to persuade them back, but you can't spend too much time around them brothers because they become bitter. And when they become bitter, they become angry. And when you become angry, you become evil after a while. And you're going to fight. You're going to fight after a while. Come on.
By the sleight of man and cunning craftiness.
See? Sleight is trickery. And cunning craftiness. Come on.
Whereby they lie and wait to deceive.
See? They lie and wait. Here come them brothers now. Who's that? That's Joel. That's the leader. That's the leader right there.
What I do?
Yo, brother. Brother, I'm gonna talk. Brother, I want to talk to you. I want to have a serious discussion with you. The way y'all be talking about the white man, that ain't right, brother.
Oh,
that
no.
ain't right, man. That ain't right.
Nah.
And the way y'all break down John 3:16, that is the world you talking about, brother. You need to get out of there. Satan come right for the he come right for the leader, And it'll come after you. It'll come after you. You understand? But it said by the sleight of men, the trickery of men. Read that part again.
By the sleight of man,
right,
and cunning craftiness.
And cunning craftiness, come on.
Whereby they lie in wait.
See, they lie in wait.
To deceive.
To deceive. So they wait for the right moment to deceive. The right moment to deceive. And so, but us as the children of the Most High, we hang in there strong, man. We hang in there strong, and we operate in the spirit of the Most High, and we don't let them get the best of us. Go to Romans, the 2nd chapter, read the last 2 verses. And you get your Apocrypha?
Yeah.
Go to Ecclesiastes, because the Apocrypha, the 2nd chapter.
Romans chapter 2 and
read the last 2 verses.
Okay. Right now.
Wait till they get it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll call you.
All right, how you doing? What's up, sir? All right.
Yeah, that's a perfect weekend too.
It's kind of bugged.
Yeah, we this is a hobby that we picked up in the lobby.
We're in the catacombs of Rome.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Hey, Mike.
Adawan.
Swipe, no swipe, man.
That's it.
Read the last 2 verses of Romans.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 28 and 29.
Right.
For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly,
right?
neither is that circumcision.
Right. So, circumcision in your outward appearance, that don't make you a Jew, is the Most High is talking about spiritually. But he's going to explain. Come on.
Which is outwardly in the flesh.
I'm not saying the law is done away with. I'm saying there's a deeper understanding to being a soldier and a Jew of the Most High. Read it one more time from the beginning.
Romans chapter 2 and 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly.
Right.
Neither is that circumcision, which is outwardly in the flesh.
Right. Come on.
But he is a Jew.
But now that Paul's saying he is a Jew, come on.
Which is one inwardly.
Meaning in spirit, come on.
And circumcision is that of the heart.
Right, just like Jeremiah 4:4. Circumcise your heart to the Most High.
That's right.
God.
In the spirit.
Right, and the spirit. Come on.
And not in the letter, whose praises is not of man.
No, in other words, your fringes ain't going to make you a super Jew. Your heart has to be circumcised to the Most High. You understand what I'm saying?
God.
Just because you wear fringes and you yelling up prayers, that don't make you that's not. It's required that you circumcise your heart to the Most High. I'm not saying the laws are done away with. You're supposed to keep the laws of the Most High, but your heart has to be in the right place. Like the Most High talks about men speaking with their lips, but their hearts are far from Him. Your heart has to be in this, and your heart has to be in the Most High.
God.
And your heart has to be in the brotherhood. It has to be in the love, and it has to be in mercy. Those are the chief things Yahweh Shai, some of the chief things the Most High stress. You understand? You're required to keep the commandments, but your heart has to be in the Most High. Where your heart is where your treasure is at. You know, circumcise your heart to the Most High. You know,
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
See, read it again for him.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart.
Right.
And be no more stiff-necked.
And be no more stiff-necked. What chapter was that?
Deuteronomy 10.
10?
And verse 16.
What is the 12th verse? Real quick.
Verse 12 says, and now Israel,
come on.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does the Lord thy God require of thee? You get Jeremiah 4:4. Come on.
But to fear the Lord.
But to fear the Lord. Fear the Lord. Come on.
To walk in all His ways.
To walk in all His ways. Come on.
And to love Him.
And to what?
And to love Him.
And to love Him. Come on.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Come on.
And with all thy soul.
And with all thy soul. And when they asked Yahweh Shai what is the greatest commandment, I believe it was that and to love your brother. And on those two commandments hang all the laws. But notice how he stressed that. He stressed that, and the rest of the commandments hang all the laws, showing you what the laws are not done away with. But those are the two chief commandments. Read what you got there.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 4. Huh?
Right.
All right. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord Yahweh,
right,
and take away the foreskins of your heart,
right,
ye men of Yahweh, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like a fire, and burn that none can quench it.
So that foreskin, that's the rebellion. Remember I said earlier we gotta upgrade ourselves. And it's coming down to that, man. We can't function like how we were in the 80s and 90s. It's just not working anymore. You know, I'm not saying do away with the word of the Most High. The Most High is showing us things as far as how to behave and how to deal with each other, and we're not looking at that as much as we should. We're looking more at the history and the white man more than upgrading the right way. I'm not saying don't blast Esau and stuff like that, but we have a problem amongst ourselves, and we need to increase there. It's getting, and if we don't, Most High is going to keep exposing us and hitting us. And we got people that hate us too on Facebook. They hate us on Facebook, right? They hate the hell out of us.
Yeah, mute that for me. What? Your chime?
Oh,
It's a water king.
They hate us on Facebook. So, you know, like what brother said a while ago, we gotta defend. We have to. We can't shame the gospel. We can't shame the gospel. We have to defend the gospel. So when they say, JC and Christ ain't in the Bible, we gotta attack that thing because that's the blueprint. We gotta attack the hell out of that.
Right.
Laws are done away with. We don't have to keep no laws. We gotta attack the hell out of that. Attack the hell out of that. The heathens could be in the truth.
Nah.
You gotta attack the hell out of that.
No.
We have to defend the word and the gospel of Yahushua. We have to defend that. So other brothers will come in and they'll be like-minded and we'll grow.
Precept.
Yeah.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, and I'll do verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope.
Mm-hmm.
Who call them gods, which are the works of man's hands, gold and silver, to show art and resembles of beasts, or a stone good for nothing.
Pretty much he's going into the worshiping of other gods. That's talking about. It's going into the worshiping of other gods and how they have no effect and they're useless. Pretty much. Jeremiah 2:11. They want to read that to back it up. But pretty much that's what's outside of us. We're dealing with the true and living God, which is written in the Old as well as the New Testament. And I'm just simply saying we need to upgrade and the son of the true and living God of Israel. We need to upgrade in that. Mm-hmm. And you know, even in your personal, like I tell the younger brothers, man, don't just study for camp. Study for you to furnish and build you up. Don't just study for camp. Because what good is studying for camp if you back in the world smoking weed and driving a damn Hellcat Dodge Charger and having fun out there? You know, that don't make any sense. You got to study for you. You know, that's the foundation. You know, the Most High called us to do a job. You know, and bottom line, you know, that's the bottom line. But you want to keep going? You want to wrap it up?
We can wrap it up.
All right, but
teaching good, everyone.
I love coming down here with you brothers, man. It's like a breath of fresh air. I just rode the buses this morning. Got up early this morning just to check out things, man. You know, went to the Walmart. But I love coming out here, man. It's a whole different world. But you brothers, you stay strong, man. I love you brothers, man. Y'all stay strong and you fight. And you know, just stay focused, man, and support each other. And if you fight with each other, just know that certain things is just said, but it's not from the heart. Sometimes we get mad at each other. Just, you know, bear that in mind and know that all we have is each other, man. And keep the fight, man. I love to see brothers in different states keeping the fight. You know, keeping the fight going on and walking in the faith. You know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, a beautiful thing. You know, somebody got something they want to say?
Precept.
No,
I was holding some of this Iraq that you wanted.
Oh, read real quick. 2 and 1, real quick. Just, you drop that Jeremiah's Michael. 2 and 1 now.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
See, so if we serving the Lord, we watch out for temptation, right? That's why you should find. You want to hang out with us? You can hang out with us if you want.
Interesting.
All right, hang out.
There you go.
All right. You want to hang out? Read it again.
No.
Go, you can come here, sister.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1.
So I don't know if she came in the name.
Atlanta is bug.
That's great. That's a bug. Come on.
My son,
That's great.
if thou come to serve the Lord.
If thou come to serve the Lord. So we serving the Most High. You know, come on.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
For temptation. Even her, you know, there was some temptation there.
She's some strong brothers.
Yeah. You know, that's what I said.
Like, wicked, look at him.
That's right.
Hey, I'm not there. I'm not there, Adawan.
There's some temptation there, brother. You know, not a lot, but there was some there. You know, a wicked creative mind could have, you know.
She said, this is interesting.
Yeah.
What y'all think y'all doing?
Read it again, brother.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
Right.
prepare thy soul for temptation.
So you should be preparing your soul for temptation if you planning on serving the Most High. If you plan on going to camp, being a camp member, you should be preparing your soul. If you're doing sit downs, or are you elevating people, or you're a pillar for Israel, you should be preparing your soul for temptation. Come on.
Set thy heart aright.
Set your heart and your spirit aright. Come on.
And constantly endure.
And constantly endure. The fight is every day, man.
Yeah.
It's every day. The devil's a professional agitator, you know.
Right.
So you can't let sin push you up against the wall. You got to push sin up against the wall, or temptation or the devil up the wall. You know, you're gonna have some fiery battles, man, as time go on. Come on.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
And make not haste in time of trouble. We're gonna have a lot of times of trouble. Come on.
Cleave unto him,
Right.
and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what you want to do. You want to be increased in the latter end, man. You know, and you're gonna fall a few times and get bumps and bruises, but get back up, man. I've fallen many times. Many times. I'm not ashamed to tell you that. You understand? And sometimes hard. But guess what? No matter what anybody says, I'm still here.
That's right.
I'm still here. I'm on the highways and byways. I'm still here.
That's right.
You know. So I ain't going nowhere, as well. You understand?
That's right.
You brothers, you know, and I don't know if there's sisters watching. This applies to you too, but
Yeah, gotta teach them.
you know, you gotta teach the sisters, and the problem is the sisters, they have too many counselors. They should just be in one group and just focus on what's being taught from that group. You know, out of many counselors, have but one. You know.
Yeah.
And what happens is sisters will listen to you, and then they go to him, and they go to him, and they become confused, and they don't have patience. So what happens is they do stupid things, or they fall out.
Well, it's because this brother got a little something I like, but then he said something I don't like. Let me see what this brother. Okay, yeah, I like what he says about that. But now he says something I don't like. Let me go with this brother. Okay, now I study with all three of these brothers, and make my own doctrine based on the three of them together. You know.
So that's where, you know, the problem comes in. Brothers generally just stick with one thing, and they just move on with that. And then when they get stronger, they might pick up some things here and there, but they're not all over the place like the sisters.
Correct.
And that could be a problem.
You gotta shut that down.
Well, that's not that easy. You're gonna still go online and find right when you're not looking and watching.
Yeah.
You know, depending on the sisters. I don't know what the sisters are like. But you know, you brothers, you hang in there, man. You're doing a good thing, man. You know, when I get off the train or bus, when I come up to the camp, I can feel the energy coming from y'all on that corner. When y'all gather together, you can feel it. You can feel it all over the area, man. So imagine what Simple Jake feel, or what he sees when he's walking by. If I feel it, then imagine what people in the world feel, man. You can feel it, though.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
all right, bro. The hell is that?
A gigantic time to go, bud.
Okay.
All right,
brother.
Hey, this is Priest Bakwash on the scene. 14th Street Israelites blessed us with some edification. Done. Hey, we the sons of thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they be saved. Khan.
God.
All right.
Brothers taught a great lesson tonight. Our brother Yaradan is all the way in Dominican Republic doing the work, man. All praises to the Most High.
Right.
All right. Y'all brothers, man, have a blessed night. Ashar Kadash Iraq.
Ashar Kadash Iraq.
Right.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, so the water for tuning in, Israel. You know, and enjoy your new moon. I hope you're edified from the lesson. I hope you're edified from the elder. You know, definitely take his advice and continue to endure. You know what I'm saying? Continue to love each other and continue to increase. Khan?
That's right.
Khan, any last words, Adawan?
La. Shalom.
Okay. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Shalom.